Hi, I'm Lily Chappell. I am your 5th grade ELA teacher, and I will have all 3 classes this year. I'm looking forward to working with each of you, with your children, and looking for great things to happen.
I'm Mr. Wells. I'll be teaching science this year. Again, like Ms. Chappell, I'll be teaching all 3 classes science this year.
I am Miss Brady, and I will also be teaching all 3 classes. I am going to be the 5th grade math teacher, and I look forward to working with all the parents and the students this year.
One big difference is that this year, your teachers will be changing classes, not the students. So we'll be moving to your homeroom class each day to teach our subjects. One of the things we wanted to start with is to introduce what supplies you need to bring the first day of school. You have a supply list that has lots on it, but we don't need all that to come to school the first day. So first thing I want to introduce is that we have had several gifts this year. All teachers, all students get a 3-ring binder to start the year and a pencil bag. This will be on your desk when you arrive, so you don't need to bring those the first day of school. They'll already be here. What we do need you to bring, though, is some pencils, and you can put those in your pencil bag. We do need you to bring some dry erase markers because you'll be using those in math almost every single day. We need you to bring some paper. Don't bring all the paper you have, but do bring a small amount that you can put in your 3-ring binder to get you through the first weeks of school. For math, you'll be starting off with some geometry, and you will need some graph paper. So if you have that graph paper, bring that the first day of school as well. It is our hope that all students will be wearing masks during class. It's not required, but it is highly recommended. We're not wearing our masks right now just because we're talking to you and we want you to see our faces, but we have been wearing them and we will wear them all day while we're teaching. If you have the opportunity to find some, we've had trouble finding them, we would appreciate if you can bring any disinfecting wipes, any hand sanitizer. Those would be helpful to have extras in our classroom. Also, the last thing I forgot about is every student will need at least 3 composition books. You'll be using one of them in science as a science journal, and you'll need one for writing and social studies. Is that correct?
Yes.
So if you have the opportunity to bring those things, please bring them the first day of school. You don't need to bring all that other stuff.
All right. So a big thing with 5th grade is communication. We like to communicate with our parents, and there are several ways that we communicate. One of the ways we communicate is through class tag. So some of you may have been introduced to it last year in 4th grade, but it is a huge parent tool that we use here in 5th grade. So I highly recommend that you go ahead and download the class tag app. That way, the first day of school will be sending in your code to you so that you can log on. This is where we're going to put homework, announcements for school, a shout out to something great that's happened in class. We'll do pictures of the kids while they're working in school so that you can see what they're doing on a daily basis. We also encourage you, if you have not already set up your Focus password and username. If you haven't done that already, please contact the front office. That way you can get that established because we do post grades once a week, and that way you can be on top of how your student is doing in their classes. That way you know ahead of time if there's any issues.
Oh, and a big bonus is all of the paperwork that we normally send home the first week of school can now be filled out in Focus online.
Right. So another way that you communicate with us is through the agenda. So students will have an agenda this year. We tend to use in 5th grade class tag more to meet with the parents over the internet because it's really quick, and I know you get the information because it goes right to your app. So we have a way to privately message the parents through class tag, so that's great. Another thing, when your child has a transportation change, please send it in note form, not in the agenda, but on a single piece of paper that tells us how your child is getting home. The deadline is 1:30 for any changes in transportation, and if you can send it in first thing in the morning and turn it into the homeroom teacher, it makes life so much easier for the students because the teachers are moving between the classrooms. They won't see their homeroom teacher again until the absolute end of the day. So we want any miscommunication taken care of and not happening, so those kids know how they're getting home. We also highly advise that any doctor's appointments or any types of appointments for the kids will be done after school. And the reason for that is your 3 main core classes are happening all day long. So if they're checked out early, they're missing a core class. They may be missing intervention, or they may be missing services that they're required to have. And so if they're checked out early, they're missing out on those things. Absences, you know, we understand that things are going to happen. People get sick, and with us in the coronavirus pandemic, we know that sometimes people are going to get sick from that. So just please contact us and let us know so that we can get work up to the office. We will be posting work on Google Classroom weekly. That way, if by chance your child is absent or we have to shut down and go virtual, they'll know how to get their information from Google Classroom.
As far as grades and homework goes, which I know you probably don't want to be hearing about homework this early, kids, but there will be at least 1 to 2 assignments weekly for homework, and we're going to try our best to put at least 1 grade per subject in. And as far as homework goes, we're going to request that if there's an absence or anything of that nature, that the work is completed and turned in within 2 days of returning back to class as far as makeup work goes. And I think that's it. Oh,
Reading
and
homework.
if you can check Focus often to stay abreast on your grades and make sure you keep everything in order. And I
You want
think
to mention the
that's it.
reading homework?
Yep. Reading is every day, so don't be surprised. They always have reading homework. Well, we're going to wrap it up. We are so excited. We can't wait to see you on the 10th. Be looking forward to a phone call from us sometime this week so we can introduce ourselves a little bit more. We're excited to have you, and enjoy the last few days of summer.
Yes.
See you Monday.
Bye.
7 minutes. We did good?